It's a Thursday. Who gets hotels on Thursdays?
It's a Thursday on a Monday.
Thursday on a Monday. Completely side conversation.
Oh, man.
Yeah, what a day. It's Monday. Let's start a podcast, Hello and welcome to. Let me get my microphone over here. This is Jason. I saved this. This is my penultimate episode. This is my favorite episode that I've ever done in this podcast. I'm so excited. I'm not even doing an introduction tonight. It has finally happened. The fat ass is gone from the club. Lukaku is gone.
Yeah!
Yes!
Yeah! That's the thumbnail, baby.
Yeah.
Woo! How much did we get for him?
I don't even care. He's gone. It doesn't matter. Get your fat ass out the door. I don't care. It's over. It's
would have
done.
been nice if we got $1 a pound. Am I right? No, I'm just kidding.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Jason. And you did it in pounds, which means we would have gotten more money.
Hey,
kilograms.
Double meaning.
Oh man, yeah. But anyway, welcome to another episode of Red, White, and the Police podcast. I'm Daniel. He's Jason. How you doing, man?
Dude, I'm good. Spoilers. I've already asked Daniel for us to end this episode a little early tonight, which sucks because this might have been we peaked early. Chelsea peaked early. This might have been the game of the season. For us.
With the goal of the season,
than this.
Yeah, yes. I don't think it does either. Yeah. Goal of the season, we scored 6 goals. Maresca apparently can give halftime talks, unlike Poch. Who knew that was a thing?
Holy cow.
Yeah, I mean, it was really a tale of two halves. I mean, first half was bad from a defensive perspective. But, I mean, Palmer did have a possible goal of the season, although X is in an uproar that the goal should not have counted because Bob rolled the ball out apparently. Didn't stop. But you know what? I don't care. They didn't call it, so screw you guys.
Does it? How much does that matter when literally everyone's tracking back? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Look, guys, this is Bob we're talking about.
Yeah.
He got lucky. Let's be realistic about this. There was no skill involved in that whatsoever. That was just Bob seeing some blue shirt down the pitch and was like, oh, I'm going to kick the ball as hard as I can. And it just happened to fall to Nico. And then Nico just happened to make a good pass. And then Palmer just did what Palmer did.
Dude, Nico, I complain a lot about first touches.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well, I mean, it was a great first touch by him. I mean, the other 2 goals that we let in were because Casado had that first touch.
Oh, my God. Dude just was giving it away. I swear to God, Caicedo and the ref were both on the payroll today for Wolves. Jeez, what were they doing, man?
I don't know. God.
The ref sucked. We'll complain about refs all season. This guy was an asshole. This guy was inconsistent, didn't hand out nearly enough cards for both sides. The game got chippy at several different points. Like, we got players just lunging into each other because they know they could. That was insane. And it doesn't help that the Wolves players were, like, incredibly arrogant, which, if I was a Wolves fan, I would have loved to have seen. But as a Chelsea fan, those guys are assholes. And they continue to be assholes the entire game.
They were. Even though they were getting beat 6-2, they were still assholes.
God, man. Anyway, I mean, you're right, though. Tell it 2 halves. That first half, like, whoever the announcer was for Peacock yesterday, he was just waxing poetic about, like, how, as a neutral, he loved the game.
Yeah.
And this was the most fun game he had watched, and he couldn't wait for the second half, and he was having a great time. Like, that's all he talked to. That's all I remember. I don't remember him saying anything worthwhile about actual game.
Yeah.
Like, he loved the game. And then I go watch ESPN's coverage, and they all they say are brilliant. Like, they did a whole supercut of Craig Burley completely just undulating Is undulating the right word?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means. I'll look it up. He just is like doing all of this like praise and like glorifying of Chelsea. They like were all surprised. They did a supercut. They showed the supercut and what's his face? Stevie was like, was that an AI video? So, I mean, I think everybody thinks it was really brilliant. I think it was really brilliant in the second half.
I agree.
I think what we saw in the first half was how we played against City. Just very like there were glimmers of things, and then man, were we wide open, or man, were our fundamentals bad, or man, were we just looking like we were all over the place, like in terms of defense. Like it looked bad. Like we did not look good the first half, and we got a couple lucky goals. I think not. Well, obviously the finishing on the second goal wasn't.
Yeah, Nico's goal was good finishing.
Yeah, and it's not like he happens to catch the flick, right? But like the finish is brilliant. And like Bob happens to do a good pass, but the finish is brilliant, right? So like that was great. And lucky is not the right word in that context, but we happen to get like some goals against the run of play, I think. Or at least the first one was like
it was set piece.
Second minute, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think we did good. We took the chances when no, never mind. I can't even say that. The first half sucked.
Yeah, the first half's awful.
The first half sucked. As a Chelsea fan, that was really horrible.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was because we missed chances in the first half. And then nobody, like you said, nobody had a first touch apparently. And that's what led to the goals. And that's the difference, honestly, between the first and second half was that we actually controlled the ball and didn't make dumb touches and lose the possession of the ball in key areas and let them counter us. Like that was the difference. I mean, they did have a couple of chances in the second half, but it was nothing like the first. So,
and Neto came on at half for Mudryk.
Yeah, and that helped because Neto actually is competent and knows what he's doing. And I mean, it showed on the Felix goal. If you watch that whole build up where he starts his run from and back at the other side of the pitch and makes his run all the way down into the channel, and then they get him the ball. I think it was Palmer got him the ball, and then he made the cutback pass to Felix. No way that goal happens if Mudryk is on the pitch.
Right. Absolutely.
So that's a good thing. It's still my concern. Neto's just got to stay healthy. That's the big thing. Hopefully he can stay healthy. But yeah, it was just a dreadful first half. I mean, I was not happy at halftime, and then you go into the second half, it's like, holy shit, what team is this? Like, we just look like a completely different team, man. And our defense like looked decent, like, you know, and I mean that's the thing is like when you keep possession of the ball and you make good forward passes, then you know your defense is a little more solid. So I don't know, it was just a tale of two halves. And I guess Madueke to call him Wolverhampton shit.
Dude. If you're going to insult an entire town, you better go to that town to get a hat trick.
You better. And he did.
My God. That's amazing. Man, he looked up for it from the start because he had that first shot. And that
he won the corner.
Anger.
Yeah, he won the corner that led to the Nico shot. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, that's how I guess we can talk about this because I want to bring this up on the podcast to get your opinion on this. But I mean, that's how he's looked the whole preseason. Like he's been a threat down that right side. The fact he didn't start against City was like, I don't know. I don't get it. But but then Maresca came out because they asked him about it after the City match. I think it was before the Civete match or maybe after that. I don't know. It was sometime midweek, one of those midweek press conferences. They asked him about Madueke, and he said that, I believe I'm quoting this correctly, he does not show enough intensity in practice.
Wow. I would say that was completely opposite in the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So where do you stand? Because I'm pretty sure it's Drogba that came out and said that Eden Hazard was like the laziest person in practice ever. Like he did absolutely nothing in practice, but then he was like, just show up at the games and just dominate everybody.
Right.
So at what point? Like, what point for a professional? Like, I get practice does have to matter some, but how much of practice should matter? Like, if you're like a hat, every match this season he's played in, he's performed.
Yeah.
But how much does practice matter at that point in time? Who's performing in the game?
I mean, man, we're talking about practice.
Greatest quote ever by Allen.
Madueke, you can't sit a player that has those kind of performances on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like outside of suspension or injury or whatever. He's got to play. Like he is owning the right side. Like he is proving that is his right wing to lose. Yeah. And I think Palmer in the middle as the 10 is great.
Yeah.
I think Nico incrementally gets better as he goes. But you take a player like Madueke who looks like seasoned as can be in that game. And you look at Palmer, who is like born seasoned. And then, I mean, that's two solid guys there. And then Nico, and then like the left wings don't look quite up to snuff, especially if you put Mudryk in there. Like, Mudryk is running out of chances, I think. I think it's insane. I think Caicedo and Enzo still continue to confound a little bit. And we lose. There's just something about the midfield when we lose it. But I think maybe I lost Daniel. He's kind of back. I see him moving ever so slightly. It's going to be interesting to hear this play back.
How's it going?
I can kind of hear you. I have no idea what's happening here. I don't know what to do. I got to tell you. Oh, and Daniel is gone. Daniel left. Daniel obviously didn't like my analysis. No, hopefully that's not the case. He's on the way back. He's coming back in.
It's my shitty internet. If anybody out there, sorry to interrupt you. Anybody out there has AT&T, get rid of it as soon as you can, because I'm about to. These people suck ass. And Jason warned me, and I didn't heed his advice. Sorry. Continue with your point, Jason.
Daniel, do you know what the new thing on the? It's not Amazon now. It's you talking about your internet. That's the new thing you mention every.
I'm going to keep talking about it until I just got to get to a point where I can actually be at home and I don't have to be in my dang all over the freaking city that I live in every daggum day. So But anyway, sorry. Mudryk out of chances. Yes, continue.
Yeah, I think he's out of chances on the left. I'm glad that we have Neto there. And I think Neto will kind of come in to his own a little bit more. I mean, he looked pretty good once he came on at half, and I mean, he's the only change we made at half. And then I guess just we were determined to keep the ball. And man, we were lethal going forward. Holy cow, are we lethal going forward? And we just did a pretty good job of not giving them too much to work with defensively. So that, tell it two halves.
I mean, Palmer had 3 assists. I mean, here's the crazy thing. Now here's the predicament Maresca's in, is that Palmer just obliterated that 10 position. Like, I don't know how you don't play him there, because you can't stick him out on the right, because Madueke's having a baller season. And so you keep Madueke on the right. Clearly keep Palmer at the 10 there. Somebody's got to drop now. Like, where do you put in Cuckoo? You could stick in Cuckoo on the left, I guess, if you want to put him on the. I'm okay with that. I think he's better inside, but Palmer just sort of took that position, I think, this last match. And then that means if you put Palmer there, I think, Enzo, I think it's safe to say at this point, Tom, Enzo and Caicedo just don't work. They don't. I don't know who it is. I don't know what it is. Pot shot it. Maresca's trying, and Enzo did play a lot more forward this match than what he had been playing, like in that 6 role. So I don't know. I'm just a big proponent of our best defensive midfielder and probably our best passing mid. Well, I don't know. Enzo's probably our best passing mid, but I don't know. I think the best well-rounded midfielder we have is Lavia. Now, how hurt he is, I guess, to be determined. But I mean, where do you play Lavia at this? Like,
because Dewsbury Hall hasn't been that impressive.
No, I think he like this is the thing. Now this is the problem. We bought all these players, and Joel Felix would be a great backup for Palmer. I think in that position. I mean, he can play striker if we don't get another striker into his versatile. And Cuckoo can play with Palmer. Like, where do you play Dewsbury Hall? I think Lavia is a better midfielder. I never understood that, Bob, because Chuck could play that position too. But now we're selling Chuck. So it was just like, I never understood the Dewsbury Hall signing. If he was like some great player that had this breakout season and was like this promising future star, sure, I could see buying him. But he's played in Premier League before. He really didn't do a lot. He had a good season in the championship. Okay, you're playing inferior quality opponents, so you should have a good season. But I don't know. This is where the buying of all these players just goes bananas. So
hey, it's working out so far, man. We're already like ahead points wise than we were last season. So you know we're doing pretty good.
Trivia question. How many matches last year did it take us to score 6 goals?
Oh, I'm going to say we were below a goal a match. I think we scored 10.
It was a 7th match. Seventh match. And you were close. I was like, you're gonna get this when you said the whole. I think we were less than a goal. Man, like, you're right, we were.
Yeah.
And one of those matches, I think we scored 2 in, if I remember correctly. But that was just the Premier League. We did score 6 because I think we played a couple cup games in there before we made it to our 7th Premier League match. But yeah, that's
crazy.
Just insane, man. It is crazy. And we got 6 in one match this year. And we're at 8th.
Yeah. Go figure.
We're no longer bottom of the table anymore.
Yeah. I at this point, I stand by my prediction. I think I chose that we would finish 9th. There are a lot of pessimists saying it's just one game. In some ways I agree with you.
I do.
It is just one game. We have to have sustained results. It's a fun game, and I loved it. And I loved the second half. And it was good to see João Felix get a goal. Which is wild. And he has scored the same amount of goals as Mason Mount has in the same amount of time Mount left. So, it is what it is. Man, I will say, didn't they, to Brighton?
Yeah, they lost to Brighton.
It's not looking.
I will say this. That was probably the most fun I've had watching a Chelsea match since we won the Champions League. With 2 goals. And even that match wasn't that fun because we were hanging on for dear life. So that match, technically, it was just the results at the end is what made it fun.
Yes.
But so it's like 2 years of no joy of watching a Chelsea football match. And then all of a sudden here, so I'm hoping that Maresca can sustain this. But it still comes down to, it's going to come down because I know you didn't get to watch a lot of, we didn't have podcasts about it. I know you were working, but the Cervite, whatever the hell their name is, match last week, they played a low block and we struggled still. We had a shit ton of possession and we still struggled to score. Got lucky not to concede one at the end. They scored, but they were offsides.
Wow.
Congratulations, Jason. You did predict that score correctly. So you were up 1-0 on the season. So, but yeah, it was, and if it wasn't for Guy, I would have had the score prediction correct, but he doesn't know how to score an open net. So after I predicted him to score a flipping hat trick. But it's still going to come down.
No, I was going to say, how insane would you have thought I was if I had predicted 6-2 against Wolves?
Dude, I would have thought you're nuts, man. But then when you got it right,
We're going to play the lottery, my friend.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, what's your Powerball number, Jason? We're going to
exactly.
play. I'm going to get some tickets right now.
Oh man.
But yeah, it was. So I mean, I still because Wolves did not sit in a low block. So my biggest concern still is if a game is not open, how are we going to get goals? So I need to see Maresca break down a low block. So
I think that's a really good point. We're about to see it.
We're about to see it. You're
some
right.
Of these teams. What do we got? Crystal Palace next. So
yep, Palace next.
But there was something you said, there's something that about the joy that you're talking about and like watching the match, that I think alludes to something like within the game itself, and that's the players looked like they were having a good time too.
True.
And like I felt like at times, like, because there was we were just used to Tuchel literally like hugging everyone all the time. And then Graham Potter comes in and the dude's a robot. And so we go through this phase where like, do the players hate each other? They don't even want to be there.
Yeah.
Like we've been in 2 years of just like demoralized players. And it is a little nice that I don't think we have to worry about that, at least right now, like at the start of the season.
Yeah.
And it is nice that maybe we can expect a team that isn't performing that well at half to come out second half and do well. And so it's these little things that I think that we've like just become accustomed to over the last few managers in the last couple of years, in terms of watching demoralized players, watching players not quite give it their all or be motivated enough to play for 90 minutes. And like, to be fair, the first half I thought was really poor in terms of fundamentals and possession, and we can't build up from the back if we just keep giving the ball away every chance we get in the midfield, and all of that. But there is something nice about we were in it, and then we came out in the second half and we freaking took it. And when was the last time we saw Chelsea do that in that fashion?
I can't remember.
Yeah. And so I think that what you're alluding to, like, yeah, we had a lot of fun watching it, but they also looked like they had a lot of fun playing it. And and I just, it's fun. It was fun all around.
It was.
That's weird. This is a weird feeling.
It is. It is weird to come on this podcast and be like this happy, not just being like, oh, well, we won.
Yeah.
You know, but this one actually made me happy. So I don't know. It's weird. And like, it was cool to see Nani get his hat trick. So it was just a good, fun match. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Excellent.
Yep, excellent match. So I was trying to find a tweet. I was gonna give you a quick transfer, whether you think they're gonna stay or leave, but I can't find the list of people. So I'm just gonna name off the top of my head. And you just tell me, Jason, whether this person will be a Chelsea player by the end of the transfer window or not be a Chelsea player by the end of the transfer window. Ben Chilwell.
I think we'll do everything we can to sell him, but who wants him? So probably stays.
Okay. I think that's fair.
Yeah. I think we're trying to get rid of him. I think Maresca said in like one of his press conferences is like, if Chilwell and Sterling want minutes, it's probably best for them to leave.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Sterling.
I think we can sell him. And I think that's probably what we'll do, but I think we're going to lose money.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. But
either that or it's a loan somehow, and we still get stuck with his wages.
Yeah, that's the thing, is we got to get his wages off the book. That's the big thing. That is the big thing. Let's see. Who else we got? Kepa.
Oh, I think we'll sell him, but I'm surprised that it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I think the rumor right now is he's probably going on loan somewhere, and
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think it's Nottingham Forest, maybe.
Sense. Yeah.
So I think that's it. Petrovic.
I don't think so. I think he'll stay or alone.
Okay, I think alone probably is what happens with Petrovic. I agree with that. What's the other one? Chalaba.
It's looking like we want to get rid of him. All of these players we kind of want to get rid of.
Yeah.
Didn't Maresca come out and say he was really only working with 21 players or something like
that? Yeah, he has like 2 groups of people training or something like that.
That dude needs to shut up.
Maresca, look, I will say this: Maresca he don't care. He has no filter. He's just going to say whatever the hell he wants.
He's a little too honest, I think. Like there are some things you can keep to yourself,
Yeah,
but
there ain't no coach speak with Maresca.
Do we have a new Mourinho on our hands?
Maybe. I mean, like, there was reports at Leicester that he butted heads with the media a lot there. Like, he speaks his mind. So I can respect that. Even if I don't agree with everything he says, like the Nani situation. But whatever.
Chalaba, I don't know, man. I keep wanting to say loan for all these players. I just don't know if we have enough time to push a thing across the finish line.
4 days, man. 4 days.
Yeah, I just don't know if we have enough time to do a deal like that.
I don't either, man. I mean, I'm just going to read off the rest of these. I'm not going to go through them. I mean, we still have Washington, Angelo, Broja, who apparently deal fell through, Fofana, and Guy, if we bring another striker in. So we're trying to move all these people in 5 days. Oh, and Chuck.
Yeah, it's going to be busy, man. It's going to be busy.
There's just no way. There's no way we move all these people, man. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to suck.
How do you feel, though, like talking about these players and real fast, how do you feel about it looks like we have pretty solid starting lineup, at least?
Mm-hmm. I'm a little concerned about the backup center backs.
Yeah.
I mean, Badiashile, and I guess at this point we're going to keep DCC, which sucks. I mean, I know there's rumors that we might be going for a center back. I'm like, it's too late at this point in time to find anybody that's going to make an impact. I guess we got Tosin, too. I forget about Tosin. So I guess Tosin and Badiashile are probably the cup center backs, which
it is what it is.
It is what it is. I'm really. I told you this the other day in a text message. I'm super high on Vega. This guy is seriously becoming he is my new Chuck. Yeah. This is now, since the freaking asshole owners are going to sell at least my favorite player on the team, because we are very pro Chuck podcast here. We're going to have to pick a new player now, and I'm petitioning to pick Vega.
I love it.
That dude has a sweet afro, and he has a sweet mustache little thing that he does, and the dude just balls out on the pitch. Like, he is like, somebody brought up a good point the other day, and I agree with it. I won't claim this as my own, but they're like, he's Rudiger-esque. Like, he plays with that passion, and he's actually good. Like, DCC plays with that passion. He's just terrible. But Vega's actually good. So, I'm excited about seeing Vega play a lot this year.
I say motion past. I'm for the Vega fan train.
Pro Vega podcast. And I told you that I'll be in a Vega jersey now since they're selling Chuck.
That's pretty
good. If he doesn't get loaned out, which I think at this point he's our backup left back. I think he's staying. So I'm all about that. But look, we're becoming like Portugal light over here too. These Portuguese players. So all right, let's make predictions real quick and then we'll get out of here. So 2 matches. We'll predict the Thursday night Conference League. Well, qualification for Conference League, and then we'll pick Sunday Crystal Palace. So Conference League, what's your predictions, Jason?
This is an away game?
Yeah. Have you seen their pitch?
Is it bad?
Dude, it is like literally like they have no stands hardly. Like the ends behind the goals, no bleachers, nothing. It's just people standing there. Like this is like I've seen better high school fields than
crazy.
It's crazy.
I'm predicting it's going to be a little harder fought than I think, even though I think the game will open up. If the game opened up too much, it could be another bloodbath maybe. But I'm going to say 3-1. We're a little squirrely at the back, and I can see us getting 3 maybe, but 3-1 for Servette.
I'm going 4-2.
Nice.
Because I think it's going to end up being a wide open game. We're going to score some goals, but we're also going to concede some goals because we're going to have backups at center backs, obviously, and left back. I mean, I don't know. We're up 2-0. I feel like we can go there and at least get a couple and put the match away. So I don't know. All right, Palace on what are we on? Saturday, Sunday? I don't even know. Saturday, Sunday this week.
I think it's Saturday.
I will tell you this. I will be sitting on the beach and enjoying adult beverage at like 10 o'clock or whatever the hell time.
Hell yeah.
I'll watch Chelsea play. I'm going to sit there on my phone and watch Chelsea play on the beach.
That sounds awesome.
Yep. So I'll go first with this one since you were first with the last one. Is it home? Is it home or away?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
We are so in tune with Chelsea stuff right now.
Yeah, we are. I can find out real fast.
I can't think.
We are going to be at home. Dude, it's a Sunday. Sorry. The Crystal Palace match is Sunday, September 1st at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, F that junk.
Yeah.
I'm still going to be at the beach. We'll just be watching at 7:30 in the morning.
Morning Mai Tai. No,
yeah, I guess at halftime I'll go out to the beach and maybe watch the second half from the beach.
Yeah.
I've explained to my family we're doing nothing but sitting on the beach. Like y'all just deal with it. I don't care. Get ready for it. Yes, I'm gonna go. I think Palace has struggled. I'm pretty sure they're like bottom of the table right now.
Yeah.
They have not looked good. They lost their best player. They're probably going to lose their best center back before Sunday too. He looks like he's going to Newcastle, which is good for us because we get 20% of the sale. So former Chelsea Academy player. But I'm going to go. I think I'm going 3-1. I'm going to take your score from the Thursday game and I'm going to apply it Sunday. I'm going to go 3-1.
I thought about doing a 3, but for some reason, I think Crystal Palace is going to come in, like you said, low block. They're going to be real timid. I'm going to go the last Servette. I'm going to go that last score and do a 2-0.
Okay. I don't know why. I don't know. I think they'll eventually come out at some point. But so I do think that we will win both matches though this week. So and we will, I guess, next week on the podcast we will discuss. It'll be a holiday. I don't know if we'll delay the podcast today or not because of the holiday, but we'll talk about that off air. No work. But we will discuss that. We'll know if we do qualify for the conference league. We'll know if we who we play. So we talk about that a little bit.
Yep.
That about wraps up. Jason, tell these lovely people out there where they can find us.
Look, you can find us on X, I almost said Twitter, X, Instagram, Threads. We're also on Substack. Daniel's been doing amazing write-ups and match reviews. And if you are listening to this on or in only audio form, you can see our faces. We are also on YouTube, and we've made it easy for you to find us. We are at Red White Blues FC on all the things.
All right, and we are also on. If you want to listen to us, we're on Spotify and Apple. Despite having shitty AT&T service in my house, internet. Sorry, that one in there instead of Amazon. But give us a listen, give us a follow, give us a like, whatever the hell it is these days. But until next time, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Look, you better ride the wave. It might be the last time this happens. So 6-2, baby. Flippity floppity.